Hello and welcome, it's Lucy from Nonny Buttons Crafts. I have a Christmas card to share with you today and I'm going to show you how to make it, but the point about this demo really is that I suddenly realised I needed to make 21 cards, and because of who they're going to, I really wanted them to be I wanted them all to be the same. So I'm going to show you some tips in order to get these cards done in the quickest way possible. So let's crack on. The best way to do it is to do each process just with one thing. So the first thing we're going to do is the background. So every card, I've left one out. Actually, I've left two out because I made a mistake. But every card, you don't make a card as you go along. You make each piece. So sorry, that's well confusing, isn't it? What I mean is that you take your stamp, so I've got a snowflake design, and you stamp all 21 cards with the snowflake, and then you move on to the next bit. So for me, let's get the card back out. For me, I stamped all the trees and then I cut them out. So 42 trees and then 42 snowmen. I stamped all the signs and I punched them out. I cut these on my Cameo, but that's how I did it. So I did each process and then I stuck it all on at the end, and I even did that. I stuck all the trees on first and I stuck all the snowmen, because what it meant was that you're doing one kind of movement, you're doing one thing at a time. You don't have to keep changing to look for different things. You could probably choose a design which is a bit more simple, like all these things have been stamped directly onto this card, but for some reason I thought I'd make life a bit more awkward for myself. Anyway, so let's crack on. So what you have to do, it's really important, is make sure that you open your cards the right way. So you want to check every single one, otherwise if they're run the wrong way it's annoying and possibly a waste of a card. So just crack on with this. Oh, there's a little bit of red on it. I wonder what, oh, look what I've done. Stamped them there with a little bit of red. I'm not even sure where that comes from. I think we'll get away with it. So stamp on, there we go. I'm going to have to try and clean this ink pad up. So this stamp, stamp that I've used is for this is mainly all Stampin' Up stuff actually. This is Snowplace stamp set, and I've used everything in this apart from the star. This ink pad is Soft Sky. Actually, I don't like it. It's really light and you can hardly see it. So that's kind of annoying. So that's my background for each of my cards. So I did that with all of the cards, apart from this one to show you, but I didn't want to make the video with me doing it because that would have been really boring. So the next thing to do is move that out of the way, and this green is Cucumber Crush, and it's really running out. And the stamps that I've used, I'll apologise because I don't think Stampin' Up do this one anymore. This was Festival of Trees, so you're just, if you can find a tree stamp. If you can, don't even have to do it. That's fine. If you have these products, that's great. That means you can do it. So I actually need 4 of these now, so I've got 2 cards to finish. Oops, did that way too close. What was I thinking? I'll show you why. Because this has matching punch, which is just a triangle really, so you don't really need to buy a punch, although you can't buy this punch anymore, so I think it's retired. But yeah, there's no harm with just cutting with scissors. And then just punch that one out. So when I made the rest of my cards, I just did this, all of them, but I stamped them all first and then I chopped them all afterwards. So you just have to remember to leave a space. Like that one, I would have chopped the edge off if I carried on with that one. Okay, I haven't even really used this stamp set this year, because I think I used it so much last year. Get a bit fed up with it really. Now, So the next one will be the tag on the top. And then we'll put this all together in a minute so you can see. This is a stamp set. It's called Merry Everything. And again, I think this one is retired. But any stamp on a tag is absolutely fine. And I'm just going to close this one for a minute. And I'm going to use, this is Real Red. This one is really Christmassy, Real Red. Okay. And then take your tag punch. So you don't have to, there's any element of this card you can change. That really isn't a problem, any element at all. But the idea is that I just want you to sort of see that actually you can mass produce cards. So after I chopped all these out, I was watching telly and I just sat there and did all my holes and then took my washi tape, took my twine and I just sat and cut and I threaded them through while I was watching telly. So that actually didn't make it take as long as it would have had I not done that. And I've forgotten to do something as well. So you need to take your card. So again, you could stick this on. This is like a long process really for mass producing cards, but never mind. So I just popped a little hole in and I'm just going to thread this through. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Just going to thread that through. And just tie it on there. There's something about having like something loose on the card, which is really sweet. Like this is going to sort of jingle about when they open it up. I can't put bells on it because this is for children. Don't want choking hazard. So yeah, we're going to pick it up and open it, and it's going to kind of like wiggle a bit. Okay, so let's start adding. So even when it comes to doing like, you've done all those now, then you put all your trees on and you might think, oh, that's boring, I want to make each card at a time. But because you'll constantly you'd be changing, you'd be looking for different glue and you'd be sort of changing things. It's so much quicker if you're just doing the same thing and your brain doesn't have to think. So I know, like when I put my trees on, I only need a small bit of tape. If I've then got to go and do something else, I'm going to come back to it and perhaps I've forgotten that I only need a small bit of tape. But if I'm mass producing these, I know, just do the same thing over and over again on each card, and I'm sure it's so much quicker. So let's do that on the next card as well. Where have I put that? Here. So this is one that I started. I got to that process and then I'd forgotten. And I did use a slightly different background on this one. I did about 3 with this background, which is actually not really snow, it's like stars. And it took ages because they're quite close together, whereas the Stampin' Up! One was much quicker. So yeah, so we're doing the same thing, Christmas trees. On they go. So you put all your Christmas trees on, and then you move on. And it probably has taken me, make sure that you're opening your card the right way. It probably has taken me, I don't know, about 3 hours to make these cards. So it could have been a lot quicker if I'd thought about it. And so that would be all your Christmas tree done. So then these little snowmen, can you see? These little snowmen, I've got the dies that match this set, and I think I've done some videos on this set before because it's my absolute favourite for this year, and I've used it loads and loads and loads, and it's really, really versatile, and because there's so much on it, and there's so much stuff that is like, there's a tie, so if you're doing a man's card, you've got a tie and a hat, like a Father's Day card or something like that. There's ice cream. No, that could be on the summer card, couldn't it? So this set's quite versatile in that sense. So I got the matching dies, so I've already gone ahead because I thought that if I could go get my big shot in, you'll be bored, and it just makes this video take too long. So a little bit of tape on these. peeling off. And I've just chosen, there's a larger snowman, I've just chosen the small snowman. Small snowman. Okay, so a reason why you might want to make mass-produced cards, if somebody had a big order for you, actually having all the things you need out in front of you rather than trying to think up different ideas. Sometimes it can take me an hour to make a card because I'm just trying to find things to match, or I'm sort of thinking up different designs. That's why, you know, mass production is not always a bad thing. And if it's like a work card or something like that, or you, yeah, if someone's asked you to make a lot of cards, this is going to be the quickest way. So that would be all your snowmans on your 21 cards, and then you move on to the next bit. And I'm running out of glue, so I'm just using the kids' PVA glue, and hopefully it'll be alright to stick on. So with that set, you also get little earmuffs. So I'm just dabbing some glue on these. I'm giving one some earmuffs. Then for some reason this little snowman is looking up. The earmuffs never want to stick down properly. Yeah, he's looking up, so we're going to put a little star up as well, because he looks like he's looking up at something. So I'm going to do the same on this one. So everybody has their earmuffs on. And then what I didn't do, there is a stamp that matches the earmuffs, but I didn't use it because I wanted them to be white and fluffy anyway. So I'm just going to put in, oh, it's already here. I'm just going to put in the hats. Usually, if I was just making 1 or 2 cards, you can't see that one, can you? I would stamp my image, which is what you're supposed to do with these, layer my die on top, and then run it through the machine. But because I had so many to do, and there's a chance they might move, I just decided to just, oh look, there's one I've done there, do it afterwards. So it's not impossible. This is real red again. So even now, as I'm not really mass producing, you can see that I'm having to change things, look around, where did I put things. So let's just put the hat and then just line it up with your eye. It's not impossible to do. Okay. Oops. Add an extra set. And also it gives things a chance to dry as well while you're making the other thing, especially if you're using glue. I've just used a little bit of tape on these because I thought it was better. See, I don't like the way that's just not drying. It's dried on the other ones, just about. It's tear tape, it's too small, should have used glue. Right, put his little hat on, and they are definitely looking up. I'll show you in a second, and then let's do the same for this one. Take his little hat. Oh, I love this set because you can dress them up really differently if you want to. Okay. Put his little hat on, his little Santa hat, and then I made them all like that. That was what I was thinking, and then I kind of thought to myself, no, actually it needs, they're looking up at something, so it needs a star. So I cut out some stars on my silhouette in gold foil. So we'll just use a little bit of glue and stick that on. We could put it there on the smudge, couldn't we? I'm going to put that one there, even though they're not really looking up at it because I smudged it. Disappointed about that. And then let's get the next one. So if you're going to have a go at mass producing, try it the way I told you to, by just doing all the stars, all the trees, all separately. And there you go. So I have 21 of these cards now, all done, all pretty much the same, and that is quite fun to make. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's helped you to pluck up the courage to have a go at making lots and lots of cards in one go. Right, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.